Hi guys, welcome back to your remote work bay. Great companies always hire the greatest talent. Most investors will invest in the people rather than just the idea itself. If you don't hire well, your company will not be successful, as your employees are the backbone to your business. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about some of the key characteristics to look for when hiring a remote worker. First, I'm going to talk about the pre-hiring process. Whether you're the CEO or the founder of a company, or the head of a department, or even the head of HR, get to know the position. Get your hands dirty. Spend time learning and understanding the role. This will help you ask the right questions and figure out the right characteristics that you need from a quality candidate. Make sure your company has a strong mission. You'll be able to hire overqualified candidates if your mission is strong. And when you're putting the compensation package together, you're going to want to look at equity versus salary. If you are a startup, you're probably going to want to give a little bit more equity to your employee so that they feel more vested. And lastly, make sure you have the proper resources in place before you start hiring. If you hire someone without the basic foundations, you're going to waste a lot of money trying to figure out how to educate your new hire. Once you have everything lined up and you're ready to hire, here are some of the characteristics that you might want to look for when you're hiring a remote worker. Are they intelligent? There are always specifics that you need in every particular role, but are they quick and smart and can think on their feet? This is especially crucial when you're managing a remote team. Another important quality to look for is their entrepreneurial spirit and whether or not they're self-starters. This trait is particularly important in a remote role because they're going to have to probably figure out a lot of things on their own, especially when they're not working next to you or a coworker that could help them out immediately. You'll also want to know if they've worked remotely before. This one is absolutely crucial as it takes a certain type of person to be able to be very efficient and effective working by themselves. Not to mention, it takes a lot of experience and training to get to a point where you can be productive without having anyone else around you. For me personally, it took about 6 months to a year of working remotely in my first year to really get my rhythm and figure out when were the times that I needed to work to be the most efficient and productive. You'll also want to figure out if this candidate is a cultural fit for your company. Make sure you screen your candidates based on your company values, as in the long run, this could make it either easy or difficult to work with this person. Last but not least, don't compromise. A single bad hire left unfixed can destroy a company. It's better to lose a deal than to hire someone mediocre. In the last company I worked for, I had to hire and manage over 30 different employees across the nation. When looking for candidates to represent our company, I looked for the very best in each of these cities. The cities where I hired the strongest candidates always had the highest growth numbers and always needed the least of my time. Now let's talk about where to source these candidates. It is definitely not easy to find employees that are experts at working remotely, as this is a pretty new thing. My number one recommendation is to first go through your network. 9 out of 10 times, this is probably going to be your best hire because they are vouched for by your own network. Also, a lot of the best candidates are not actually looking. Consider poaching from other companies. If your pitch and your idea and your offer is better, people will always consider. Specific to looking for people that are experienced in working remotely, I would post my job description in different nomad lists and remote work sites online. Once you have a stack of candidates and you're ready to interview them, here are some of the questions that I would recommend asking in the interview. I recommend always asking scenario-based questions. Also ask them, what are the pros and cons of working remotely? Someone that's experienced will be able to answer this in detail. And remember, a good interview will always feel like a conversation, not a question and answer game. Last but not least, I recommend always having a trial period. Working remotely is not for everyone. Have your candidates get their hands dirty and work for your company for a couple of weeks, or maybe even like a 60-day, 90-day trial period. This will allow both you and the potential candidate to see what it's like to work together. I hope you found this episode useful. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.